So Ty Lue, he spoke after the game with some choice words about Boston. Take a listen.
They're playing tougher than we are. We see that. They're being physical. They're gooning the game up, and we got to do the same thing. So we got to be tougher mentally and physically.
Fellas, you heard him. The C's are gooning the game up. Stephen A., do you agree with that?
Well, the terminology that he used, I'm not sure is accurate. You got to remember, I grew up in the age of, I've watched the Maurice Lucases of the world and watched Boston and the bad boy Pistons. And then, after that, it was with Ewing and Oakley and Anthony Mason. So when he says gooning or alluding to goonery, I'm like, this is a very soft version of that. Make no mistake about it. But if he wants to use that terminology, we'll flow with it because Boston is getting all up in Cleveland. Marcus Morris is talking smack and yelling in Tristan Thompson's face. That was a cheap shot by J.R. Smith pushing Al Horford in the back. I don't blame Marcus Smart for getting in J.R.'s face one bit because he was supposed to, looking out for his teammate, and he was absolutely right to do so. Terry Rozier is not backing down from anybody, and Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum are just balling when they're called upon to ball. So they're all in Cleveland's face. The Boston Celtics that I've been talking to, they firmly believe they are the better team. They are not intimidated by LeBron James by any stretch of the imagination. And I'm going to say this because nobody else has, but I'll say it. I don't think Kyrie Irving is being given enough credit. Yes, he's on the bench and in street clothes. But when you talk about the kind of attitude, don't get me wrong. Marcus Smart is a rough rider. Terry Rozier is a rough rider. If you knew anything about their backgrounds, you'd understand what I'm saying to you, literally. They are rough riders. There is no punk in either of those dudes. But when you couple that with the pieces that they have around them, and you combine that with Kyrie Irving's presence on the basketball court, off the basketball court. Yes, you're in street clothes, but not only do you know what Cleveland possesses in terms of talent, you know what Cleveland possesses in terms of heart. And so when you look at it from that perspective and you're on the bench encouraging these cats, this is what you need to do, and here's how you need to do it. And they are taking heed, literally absorbing your advice like a sponge. Make no mistake, Brad Stevens is an exceptional coach who is doing an exceptional job. And the leadership of Al Horford cannot be ignored. But if you think for 1 second that Kyrie Irving is just on the bench eating Skittles or something and not saying anything to anybody, you got it all wrong. Them brothers are listening to him, and he's talking because they know he knows. And we're seeing the results of it right now.